Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be painting an entire outfit for my mom. So the first step of this video is actually already completed since I painted a t-shirt for my mom in my first tie-dyeing video. And so in this video I'm just going to be painting some shorts and a pair of shoes for her to go along with it. So starting off with these plain white shoes, they're these like really simple and basic slip-on shoes. I start by sketching out my design, which are going to be just two simple sakura flowers in the front. At first I painted the flowers in a very light pink, but I do end up changing that to a slightly darker pink later on. And I am using fabric paint for all of this. Fabric paint is recommended for fabric. And so this video idea was actually given to me by my mom. She had found these shoes and the shorts at the store and she thought it would be nice if I painted them for her. And so I told her that I would gladly paint them for her, and so that's where this video came. And so while designing and painting the shoes and the pants, I kept in mind the color scheme of the tie-dyed shirt that I did earlier on. And I will link that tie-dye video in the iCard section in case you haven't seen it, so you can see when and how I made that t-shirt. And so when designing the shoes, I really stuck to what I knew my mom enjoyed, and there's very little things she enjoys more than flowers, and so I thought that a nice flower shoe would be really pretty. I also added this darker outline with a darker pink, and I painted the back heel portion with that same darker pink on it. And so once that was done, I also painted the sides of both the shoes with a purple color, and now I'm just doing an outline of the flower in red before I paint the rest of the front shoe with the same red color. I tried my best to match these colors to the colors of her shirt, just so that they would tie in together, but these are also the same colors that I'm going to use to paint her shorts. I will say that the fabric paint worked really well for these shoes. It adhered to the material of the shoes really well, and it dried pretty quickly, which was very surprising since fabric paint usually takes a long while to dry. I went back and forth a lot when I was painting these shoes and kind of just going to my mom and showing her how they were looking, making sure she would like them, because I didn't want to paint something and then her not use it since she got them to use, and so I still wanted it to be functional and not too outrageous, I guess. I wanted it to still be something that she would actually wear. And that's also why I did go with the fabric paint, because any other paint would either wash off or just peel off, and so it wasn't going to be good for long-term use. And this is how they look after being all dried. And now moving on to the shorts, I was honestly very unsure on how I was going to design these. I didn't want it to be exactly the same as the shoes, and so instead I went with some butterflies, since I know my mom also likes butterflies. And so I sketched out my design, which was a lot harder than it was on the shoes. Drawing on this material was very difficult. And so for the first butterfly, I was thinking of going with like a sunset look. And so I used the same red that I used on the shoes to start painting the top half of the butterfly's wings. And so once the red was done, I started adding in some orange, My original idea was to blend the colors together and to make it look like a sunset, but since I don't have lots of practice with blending colors, I decided to first lay down the colors and have a nice foundation before I started blending them. And so at the very bottom of the butterfly's wings, I went with yellow. And so at this point I started blending the colors in. I think I spent around 30 minutes blending the wings and trying to make them look nice together. And then I went to the other side where I kind of went for the opposite effect. I liked the look of the warm colors on one butterfly, then the cool colors onto the second butterfly. So I went with green, blue, and purple for the second one. And I also did end up blending the colors together. I want to say I took around 30 minutes just blending the colors on each butterfly. I still need a lot of practice with blending colors, but I will say that this is probably the best blending work I've done so far. And so after it dried, this is how the sunset butterfly looked and the cool colors butterfly looks. And so then I added a little bit more to the pants. I signed and dated the bottom, added a little pink butterfly at the bottom of each side of the pants, and I sketched out 3 more butterflies and basically painted them with the opposite colors just to tie them in together and to fill up some more of the space since the pants were looking very plain still. And of course I couldn't make a video without including rainbow, so I did intentionally line the butterflies in the opposite order of the rainbow. And so once that was done, I finally started adding the black details. Since black is a color that goes on very heavily, it's very hard to go over. I saved it for the very last just to make sure I don't mess anything up later. I did sign and date both the pants and the shoes. And so after I finished with this, I did end up adding some black outlines to all the butterflies just to clean up the design. And so this is the full entire outfit that I painted for her. Now the shoes and the pants are different from the shirt since the shirt wasn't really hand painted, it was dyed, but I still think it all turned out looking nice together. And they all have something that makes them different, so if she wants to wear it with other things, she can, or she can wear them all together as a piece. I'm honestly really happy with how this turned out. It turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to turn out. And so there's the t-shirt with the pants and the shoes. And my mom kindly offered to actually model the clothing, and so this is me recording her wearing the shoes and the pants and the t-shirt all together. I have to say I think it really came out really nice. I have to give a big thanks to my mom, who was very kind and very patient with me while recording all this. My mom ended up loving how they turned out. And overall, I'm very happy with how it all turned out. For my first experience with painting shoes and pants, I think it went really well. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and God bless you.